Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be continuing our Discord.py series. So let's start. Today we'll be doing our first command, which will be the ping command and the 8-ball command. While doing the 8-ball command, I will also show you how to read from files, which you can use for banning certain words and stuff. So let's start. Just like we did in the client event, we are going to use client, but this time we are going to say command. Don't forget these two parentheses, they're important because we will be using them while putting aliases, which I will get into later in this video, so don't worry. We're going to say async define. While defining the name of our function, it is important. So let's say I want to say dash ping. Dash is coming from our prefix, and ping is the command I want to run. So to call the command from Discord, like to however you want to call it from Discord, so I want to call it ping here. I want to call it ping for my Discord, so I'm going to name it ping. That is basically how it works. And when I say it, the code will run whatever is written here. So we are going to say, don't forget to add context here, I always forget it. This context is for this. What this does is basically, instead of printing it like we did before to our terminal, it will send us a message from the chat in Discord basically, so it's going to send it to this channel. I'm going to create an f variable. This has been added after the update on 3.8. If you are using an older version, change your code accordingly or just update your Python version. There are two ways to do this. One is more user-friendly and the other one is just I don't care. It is client not latency, so this will give the latency in terms of seconds, so you have to multiply by 1000. So you can leave it like this, but it will give you a number with decimals, so it doesn't really look nice. So we are going to round this client.latency and multiply it by 1000. And we're going to add ms here to show it in milliseconds. So let's go to our terminal. Let's run bot.pbot. And it said bot is ready. So let's try our command. And what did I miss? Oh, I mistyped latency. Oh. Okay. Let's terminate this. Go back to terminal. Run it again. Bot is ready. Ping. As you can see, it says pong 153 ms. This shouldn't be that high. I'm on a virtual machine right now, so that is my excuse that it is 153. It should be at most 90, 100. If you want to use it on a lot of servers, obviously, if you're just going to use it on your own, 153 is fine. So let's add our 8-ball command. If you don't know what 8-ball is, there is basically a list of answers, and the bot will just pick a random answer to answer your question. So again, let's add client.command and async define. So we want to call it 8-ball, but if you know the Python syntax, you cannot create functions named starting with numbers. So I'm just going to call it 8-ball, and this is when these parentheses come in use. So we are going to use aliases. In case you don't know what an alias is, it is just another way to call a function. So if I write 8-ball in this list, it basically makes that when I type 8-ball, it is going to detect it as 8-ball here. So I have seen some other tutorials, and in those people just create a responses list and they just put answers in here, like they type yes, no, and they just pick a random one out of them. That is completely fine, but I want to do this a bit more advanced and realistic. So let's start off with importing random library to get a random answer, and then I'm going to import the OS library because we want to import from a file, so you don't have to go in the code and add new stuff. If you want to add new answers, you can just change it from a text file. As I told you, it is not necessary to do this, but this is just the cool and advanced way to do it. So we are going to start off with defining our function. So let's call it read file, actually files, because we're going to read multiple of them. And we are going to have file path in it, which comes with the OS library. That's why it's important to import it. So we are going to call our variable f, which is the classic one, stands for file, and we are going to open file path and read. So we are going to read from the file, and we are going to save whatever we read into an I variable. To do that, we say f read lines, and right now in I we have a bunch of lines, but we want a list, so we can pick a random answer. So we are going to call our list variable L, and we are just going to, sorry, I missed the parentheses. We're just going to basically turn the value we have into how to say, a list, and then we are going to close our file. So right now we basically have a function that reads files and turns them into a list. So here I'm going to create a new folder called lists, and in this I'm going to create a new file called responses.txt. So to this responses.txt, let me open this file. We can write our answers, yes, no, 50%, 100%, maybe, not sure, kinda sure, I am not willing to answer that, funny question, I don't know, you can just go on. So let's save this. So we are going to read from this file. Let's save this as responses, and we are just going to type read files and enter our file path, which is I think you can just copy it from here. Yeah, copy project path. I think this should work. You just need to change the slash, and of course you need to turn it into a string. This should work, I'm not sure, but I guess it will work. And so here, right now, we have a list of our responses. So if you want to add a response, you don't have to go in the code, but you can just go to this text file and add or remove stuff. So now, we are going to get arguments, and we are going to have a question argument. While I'm saying an argument, it's basically how an 8-ball works is you type 8-ball, and you have to ask a question. It's like, am I a good person? And it picks a random answer and gives you it. So we need to get this to make our code work. So this arguments question that basically does that. And then we are going to say await ctx again, and don't forget to import it also here. Send to basically send it to the chat. Again, an f variable, which, as I told before, was added in 3.8. If you're using something older than that, update your Python. And here in some stories I have seen people do like question is like they print the question, they print the answer, but that's not how most of the bots work. We're just going to print out the answer. So we are going to use the random library right now, which we have imported before, and we are going to say random that choice, and we're going to get a random choice from these responses, and this needs to be finished because we opened it after the F, and that is pretty much it. So let's go to our terminal, toggle it, and let's run our command and just hope it works. Let's say 8 ball, am I a good person? And of course it didn't work. What is the problem? Let's see. Did I mistype aliases or something? Let me see real quick. Yes, okay, I found out the problem really fast. We had to return the list, obviously, I just missed it. So yes, that is how you do commands. You can just copy this, it's like, you can just add another command. They don't have to be this so-called complicated. Let me check my own code actually to see if I have any comments. You can make a spam comment, which is not that hard. Actually, I can just show it, I guess. How long is this video? Oh no, it's 12 minutes. In the next video, I will show you how to do a spam command, which will basically take the take what you're saying. So you're just going to say like spam. You don't even have to say that. Spam I love cats. And it's just going to spam I love cats, I love cats, I love cats, I love cats. Next time we are going to do that and make our bot in game, and you will be able to change the game with commands. So until the next video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really means a lot to see people appreciating my work. And yeah, that's all. So see you guys later.